Over 300 printers are provided across Manchester Metropolitan University's libraries and IT zones for students to use. The printers are multifunctional, which means that you can print out your documents, photocopy, and also scan documents to your MMU email account, all from one machine. From the time you send something to print, you have a 48-hour period in which to print it out and collect it. You don't have to go to the nearest printer to do this. You can access your documents at any printer in any building and at any MMU campus. So, for example, you could send a document to print at 10 a.m. on a Monday from a computer at All Saints and actually print this out up until 9:59 a.m. 2 days later at a printer at the Crewe campus. There are two types of printer located in each of the libraries and IT zones, some of which are only able to print in black and white, and others which will do both black and white and colour. The printers are clearly labelled, so if you are printing in colour, you need to make sure that you're using a colour machine. You'll need an account to pay for your printing, and the best and easiest way to top up the credit in your account is online. This doesn't have to be done from a computer at MMU. You can log onto your account from anywhere by going to the My MMU section of the website and following the printer top-up link. You can also top up at one of the cash payment kiosks. These are very easy to spot and they're located in each library, except at Crewe where the kiosk is located in the student zone. They accept £1 and £2 coins and £5, £10 and £20 notes. It's important to remember that you must have the full amount required for your print job in your account or you won't be able to print. However, if you have a number of jobs queued and you only have the funds for some of them to be done, you can select these and then top up your account and print the rest later, as long as it's still within the 48-hour period. The charges for printing and photocopying start at just 5p for a single A4 black and white sheet and 20p for colour. The full range is shown on posters by all printers. You're charged accurately for colour and black and white pages within a document, so if you have a 10-page document with 1 page of colour and 9 in black and white, you'll automatically be charged for 1 side of colour and 9 of black and white. There's no charge for scanning to your MMU email account, but you do need to have some credit in that account, even if it's just a penny. Generally, it's not possible to give refunds unless there's a problem with the printer, so if you think this is the case, please alert a member of staff as soon as possible so that other students don't have to deal with the same problem. When you arrive at the printer, you'll be asked to log in. This is usually done by swiping your student ID card in the card reader on the machine. However, occasionally there may be problems with the reader or your card, in which case you can log on manually using your student ID number and password. If you have any difficulties with accessing a printer, either by swiping your ID card or manually, please contact the helpline on 0161 247 4646. When you send something to print from your computer, there are two different print queues for you to choose from. If you want to print the document in colour, select the MMU Print Colour queue. And if you want to print the document in black and white, select the MMU Print Mono queue. By default, your printing will be done duplex or double-sided, which is cheaper for you and more environmentally friendly. However, if you want to print anything single-sided, you can adjust the settings at your computer before you send the document to print. When you log onto a printer, you'll see a list of all the jobs you've sent to print and also how much credit you have left in your print account. Alongside each job, the printer will show the approximate cost of printing it. Remember, this may change slightly once the job is actually printed out, as the printer will then have accounted for any variations, such as some black and white pages in a colour job, which would reduce the overall cost to you. At this point, you can select whether you want to print all of your jobs or just some of them. Again, this might be useful if you don't have sufficient funds in your account to print every job, but you need to print something urgently. Before the job is printed, you can select how many copies you need, and you can also delete a job if you decided not to print it. If you want to photocopy any documents, the charges are exactly the same as for printing, and you'll need to log on to a printer in exactly the same way. Select Copy from the main menu, and then you'll have the choice of either using the automatic document feeder on the top of the printer, which is ideal if you're copying a single document or a number of single sheets, or lifting the lid and placing the item to be copied on the glass screen. Make sure you use the markings on the side of the screen to line it up correctly. If you're using the automatic feeder, please check whether you need to place the documents to be copied face up or face down. as this differs between the black and white and colour machines, and there's a symbol on each machine that shows face up or face down. You can also select whether you want single-sided or double-sided copies, colour or black and white, and whether you want your printing to be collated and whether you want to adjust the copy to be lighter or darker. You can also adjust the paper size for the final copy, which is quite useful because the automatic setting on the copiers isn't always reliable, and you may find the machine selects a larger paper size than you need, and you'll be charged for that. Of course, you can also enlarge or reduce the size of the copy if that's required. Again, you can select how many copies you want to make of each original before you print. Finally, you can use the machines to scan documents and send them by email to you. This is a free service, but remember you must have credit of at least a penny in your account to use it. It's also important to remember that you can only have scanned documents sent to your MMU email account. If you give the machine any other email address, such as Hotmail, the service won't work. For this service, you need to select Email from the home screen after you've logged on, and from then on the process is very similar to photocopying. You can use the automatic feeder or place the items to be scanned on the glass plate. Remember to check the originals are correctly located on the plate, and if you're using the automatic feeder, that they're the right way up. Again, you can select the paper size for the original to ensure the final scan is the correct size. When you're scanning, the machine will automatically assume that you want each document to be sent as a separate email. However, you can ask it to send all of your scans as a single file by selecting Options and then selecting Job Build On, which will assemble all of the scans into a single file before emailing them to you. More information about MMU Print can be found on the IT Services website, or you can contact the IT helpline for support on 0161 247 4646 or email it.helpline@mmu.ac.uk.